So in this context, giving means giving our own happiness to others. Giving our own happiness to others, mentally, or through meditation, or through imagination. So then we need to think a little bit about what happiness is it that we're going to give. So if we're going to give happiness mentally, we're a little bit used to giving material things. Material things, in general, don't bring real happiness. So we're going to use our mind to give happiness to others mentally. So what happiness is that? What happiness are we going to give? So we understand that in this cycle of impure life, samsara, there is no real happiness. Happiness comes, pure happiness comes from inner peace. Inner peace is the cause of real happiness. And wisdom is the cause of inner peace. So pure happiness comes from wisdom. So we need to be offering real happiness, not, Geshe uses the words artificial happiness. I think that's a good term. Like, when we drink something and we're happy, we think, I'm happy, oh, this is delicious. Or we see our friend and we're happy, so happy. But we know from the Dharma teachings, this isn't real happiness. It's artificial happiness coming from a reduction of a previous suffering or pain. So we don't want to give living beings that, changing suffering, or Geshe has also called this type of happiness, because it's not real happiness, it's artificial, happiness that changes. So it's happiness that changes. Changes into what? Changes into suffering, which is what it always was. The happiness we get from, for example, material things, isn't real happiness. It's a reduction of a previous suffering. So there is no real happiness in this impure world. So what happiness are we going to give? So I think this is very beautiful. We understand the causes of real happiness. Spiritual practice. All our Dharma practices are causes of pure happiness because we're holding meaningful objects with our mind. If we keep doing that, we will accomplish enlightenment, the supreme, pure and everlasting happiness of enlightenment. So we're going to imagine we've got that already, and that's what we're going to give. So if you think, well, how do you give something you haven't got? Well, Geshe gives us an analogy of a father who is running a very successful business, who mentally gives all his future wealth. He knows it's coming because everything's in place for that wealth to be coming. And Geshe says, this father, a father establishing a professional business that will make a huge profit in the future. It's not doing it yet, but it's coming. That father knows that in the future, the children will receive the money. So in his mind, that's what he's working for their future wealth through his activities now, and he knows that it's coming. So I think this is a very helpful analogy. So we're going to give our future happiness of enlightenment to all living beings, knowing that it's coming.